Well, very warm welcome to everyone. I'm gonna check out if the stream is going correctly because I had some issues with my uploading speed in the last time, so I'm gonna go for my uh, stream to check it out if everything is alright now. And also gonna start some music in the behind. So yep, the stream is going correctly and it seems like it's okay. So I'm not gonna take my words any further. I'm gonna start a new game and try to go for to 600 elo. Currently I play some bullet games, but I'm planning on to play more rapid games to reach 600 elo. Currently I'm around, I think it's 500. I'm gonna check it out. What is it? So it's 503 elo points. And I get to try out some new tactics. So I play some bullet games where I evolve my pawn over here to make up a good pawn defense. And in the next round, if he moves that pawn, I can move out my queen and give him a check. And if he moves his pawn here, for first I will need to move my knight over here. So if I'm coming out with my queen over there, and if he should have been moved that pawn, and if he did do this or that, I can come here with my queen. I can give him a check. He can block it with a pawn, and in the next round I would have been take with my knight. He can capture the knight with his pawn, but in the next round I can capture the rook, or I don't really know what was my plan here. But anyways, I'm gonna move here with my pawn so I can let out my queen into the other way, and even I can let out my bishop to do some action if I needed to. Now he moved forward with his pawn here, and I can't really do anything because of that, because the pawn, and after that the bishop is securing that square, so there is nothing to do. I can move here with my pawn, but if he captures with the pawn here, so if I move my queen over here, and after that I move my bishop over here, he can capture it with this pawn. In the next hand I can capture it with my knight, he can capture with that pawn, but in the next hand I can capture his rook, but it's currently not really worth it to sacrifice 2 pieces for the rook. So for now I will just move my bishop over here, so if that pawn moves away somewhere else, my bishop can do some action if it's needed. Can capture it with my knight, but he can capture it with 2 other pawns, so it's currently not really worth for me to do so actions. I will let out my knight over here and maybe capture that pawn that is hanging there. So I'm gonna wait for his move, what it will be. So he moved forward with his pawn. That's good, because now I can capture it with my other pawn, but in the next round he can capture it with his bishop. So I'm not gonna go for to capture, instead I'm gonna capture that free pawn that was standing there. So now he can capture my pawn with his pawn. In response I can capture that pawn with my pawn, and also defending my knight against the pawn. Now he's gonna capture it with his bishop, and he's also putting some pressure over this square, but I can save my knight if I move it there, but he didn't do that, and that I was accepting. But now maybe if I capture this piece with my bishop, I can give him a check. Or for first I can go here with my knight, and after that maybe he captures it with his pawn. Now I can capture it with my bishop, and I also can give him a check. And now his bishop is kind of being there, but I can go here giving him another check. And now he can capture it with his knight, or with his queen. Most likely he will capture with the knight. I can capture the knight, but that would end up as a simple transaction, and that's not really worth it for me at the moment. I also think about to move my queen over here, so if he captures the bishop, I can capture the bishop with my queen and giving him a check again, but he can capture my queen over here with his rook, so that's not pretty cool. I'm thinking a little bit what to do here. Maybe if I move my knight over there, I can do some actions around. Or I can move my bishop over here now. He can get away with his bishop. Maybe he will move here, or he captured my knight because it was hanging there. And I didn't really pay enough attention for it, so that's a sad thing that happened. But maybe I'm gonna go here, and if he captures with the bishop or with his rook, I can capture with my rook. In response, he can capture with the second pieces too, but he only was going for the pawn there that was hanging there. And I'm gonna do the same now, because after that I can go here with my bishop and maybe work up something. Now he's defended his knight against my bishop and also putting some pressure over my black bishop. But I can't come here with my bishop because he can capture my bishop with his bishop, so that's not pretty cool. And also I can't come here because the knight is defending there, but I can come here, and it's currently safe for my bishop to come here, so for now I'm gonna do that. I was thinking about to move it here, but of course the bishop is securing, but I would have been secured that position, so that would have been cool. But maybe I'm gonna go here with my queen to capture the bishop, and after that I can't really come here with my queen because the knight is defending that square still, so I can't really work up to my thing there. So I'm gonna wait how it turns out. Now he's going here with his bishop. I can capture his bishop. I mean, I can, but he can capture it with his pawn, and also leaving a free way for his queen to do action. But now I can come here with my bishop, also picking his knight. So maybe I can come here with my queen, and after all I can capture the bishop if everything is alright. And also he can come here with his black bishop, giving me a check. I will need to capture with my queen, and also he can capture my queen with his queen. In the end I can capture with my king, but maybe planning to move my pawn over here into the next round, but it's not really a good idea either, because if I do that he can capture with his knight and also defending that square again, and now he's going here with his queen. And sadly I can no longer go here to giving him a check and also putting some pressure over his rook. Currently my bishop is totally cool here because it's defended by the pawn, but now I'm gonna go for I'm gonna do a castle now, because I can't risk to checkmate over there because my king doesn't really have so much breathing space over there, and also my queen was necessary to do to defense over here. Now he did a castle too. I can come here with my bishop because he can capture with his queen, so for now I will come here with my queen so I can put some pressure over his black bishop. And that was a dumb idea because he secured it with his queen, so sadly I lost the queen over there. Now I can make a transaction for another rook, but also he can come here with his queen. I can capture his queen with my rook, but he can also capture my rook with his rook, and it would end up as a checkmate because my king have no space to go to. So now I'm gonna plan to move forward with my king, but he's not going for it. But also I can put some pressure over his queen right now, because my bishop can capture it. I expect he was going for my other rook, so I'm gonna resign now to don't stop wasting time, because he have much time to figure out the checkmate. So I'm just gonna go for two checkmate possibilities, and that's I no longer have it here. Now I'm gonna work up Indian defense, because that's cool to have. And now I'm playing against the Hungarian fella, and I'm also down under 500 elo again sadly, but I'm gonna work it up back. So now he's putting some pressure over the square, but there's nothing to worry about it because he's only securing currently by one piece. He can maybe work up something if he comes here with his pawn, but I'm gonna go here to stop that, because if he ends up his pawn here, he can put some pressure over my knight, and that happened. But now seem cool. Expect he can come here, giving me a check if he comes here with his bishop. So for now I will need to put my... I can do a queen transaction, and I can do a castle, and if I do a castle, for now I will do a queen transaction. So into next round I can do a castle, and I will defend the square, and my king will be safe, and also I don't lose the rooks. And also if I move somewhere else with my knight, if I move here with my knight, I will block my rook, but I can go for... I could have been go for his knight, because it was kinda hanging there, but now he's securing with his bishop, so that's no longer a possibility. I can give him a check if I move here with my bishop, but he can block it of course with the pawn or with his white bishop. And after that I will just waste my turn. I can come here with my knight, but that's not really worth it. For now I will just come here with my pawn, and it's defended by a pawn and by a knight, but into next round I'm planning to move here my pawn to put some pressure over his white bishop. And yeah, now if I move here with my white bishop and giving him a check, he can block it with the pawn, but of course I can capture the pawn, and also giving him a check again. He can block it with a knight or something, but into the next round I could have been capture his rook. But also I can capture here with my white bishop, because after that he can capture with his knight, so that's not pretty cool. So for now I'm just gonna put more pressure over his white bishop. That wasn't even the best move, because he can capture my pawn with his bishop. Also that I can capture the bishop with the pawn, but he can capture my pawn with the knight, and also pushing his knight way more forward. But if he moves his knight over there, anyways, that's not gonna happen, because he do another move that I wasn't calculating it. So now I can put my rook over here and his white bishop will be pinged, so he can push with it. And now I'm gonna wait for his move, what it will be. Now he's pushing his pawn, so I can no longer push forward with my pawn, but I don't really had in mind to do that. And also, if I put my knight over here, he can capture it with his knight, but if I move it here, he can move forward with his pawn, but in the next round I can capture his bishop with the knight, so that's cool. And also, if he moves away with his bishop, I can capture his knight, so for now I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna see it, what his move will be. And my cat almost fell down from the window because she's not always the smartest one. Now luckily I see some clouds outside and I'm happy for it because my house will cool down a little bit and it's not will be so hot outside. So now I'm waiting what his move will be. But I'm still waiting for his move. But at least I'm playing against a fellow Hungarian, so. Now he's putting some pressure over my rook, and I can move forward by one square because he can capture with his knight. And I no longer put some pressure over his bishop with a knight, but now I can move here with a pawn, and I can put some pressure over his knight and his bishop, so that's cool. And if he captures it with his bishop, I can capture it with my bishop, so that's a good deal for me. And also maybe I should move with my bishop over here. After that I will move with my pawn so I can break through here, because now he can't move with his white bishop, but he can capture with his knight, so it's not the best idea still. Now he need to decide what piece will he lose. He will lose his bishop or his knight. It's up to him what it will he lose. And he chooses to save his bishop. Now he's moving back with his knight, so maybe I can do some action actually. Now he pushed with his pawn, but I can put some pressure over his pawn, but no longer because he secured the pawn with the third pawn. So that's no longer an option, but I can move here with my pawn too. He was going for that pawn with his pawn and maybe thought he will capture my white bishop with his bishop, but that's not really possible because the bishop is pinged because of the rook. So that's good. So I'm gonna wait for his move, what it will be. Now he pushed with his king. I can really give him another check. And also I can go here with my bishop because he can capture with his pawn. So for first I will need to get rid of the pawn over there. And I can get rid of it by moving here with my knight, but I should have been moved for his rook over there. If I move here with my bishop, he can still defend that position, so that's not pretty cool. But now if I move here with my pawn, he can still go here with his rook, so that's not cool. So for now I will move here with my rook to defend that pawn against the rook and against the bishop, but the bishop can't do any action because it's being because of the rook over here. And now he's pushing his pawn, but it doesn't really matter for me because I can simply go here and it still remains defended. Hello Tester, good to see you here. I'm trying to go for 600 again, and now in stream I only had one match, but I lost it, of course. But now I feel like a little bit more focused, so maybe I can move forward in my Elo board or Elo rank to move forward. I played some bullet games today, so I had my practice to do and I'm trying to do some different kind of tactics. Now he moved with his pawn and it doesn't cause me any kind of trouble. I need to work up something, like I can move here, but I can capture with his pawn. But into next round I can go here with my knight, and after that I can move here. He will capture with his pawn. Into next round I can capture with my rook. And he will be forced to move here, 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 or here, if everything is right. Or if I go here, he can capture with his rook easily, and I can capture with my rook, but he will capture my rook with his pawn, and I don't really want to sacrifice my rook now. How was your day? I mean, how is your day is going? Because it's currently for you guys, it's almost 1 PM, no? How is your day going? What did you do? Or if I move here, I can come up here with my knight, giving him a check. And he will be forced to move here. And maybe I can work up something now, as I see it now. So now I'm gonna wait for my opponent move. And he moved. Now the white bishop can move. So I can no longer give him a check also. So if I come here, he can capture with his white bishop, so that's not pretty cool. But also if I come in here with my knight, he can capture with his bishop and with his knight. I will need to get rid of I will come here with my pawn for now, so I can put some pressure over his white bishop. He can capture it, but I will capture it with my bishop. So that can be a good transaction. He can also come here with his bishop, put some pressure over my knight, but the problem is that square is defended, and he can also give me a check by this move. Or I can move here with my knight, I can capture, he will capture it with his bishop, I can capture it with my rook. And after that maybe I can move forward. I'm not pretty sure. Or if I move here with my knight, I can capture his bishop if he capture my knight with my rook. And into next round, if he doesn't move with his rook, I can sacrifice my black bishop for a rook. So that's maybe can work. Oh, have a bon appetit, or I'm not sure. I think in English you say bon appetit, so yeah, bon appetit, my friend. What are you eating? What's your day going on? Now I can still capture his white bishop with that rook, so that's cool, I think. Yeah, now he moved forward with his pawn, but currently nothing serious. Now I can capture his rook with my black bishop, so that's cool. So now he only have one rook, and I can also, if I go here with my knight, he can capture with his knight, so that's not, he can capture with his knight, but I can capture his knight with my pawn, and also my rook will have a freeway in this line. And also I can let out my other rook to do some action over here. Maybe I can work up something. So for now, to knight, I can also capture his bishop with my knight, but it's okay, that's staying there. Now I want to get his other knight, so I can capture it with my pawn, and maybe I can move my rook over here into next round, and my bishop will secure it, but he can capture with his rook, so that's not pretty cool. Also is putting some pressure over my rook now, but I luckily saved it. Not really, because I made a little bit of a blunder. Luckily I gave him a fork here. And I worked up the stalemate for him. And he won a rematch, luckily. It was a mistake, I almost gave him a checkmate. It was good, my today. I woke up around 9 AM and I did some stuff around the house and also had some lunch, watched some YouTube also, but I didn't really productive. I wasn't really productive today. I was just doing home stuff kind of things. So yeah, rice and beans. Oh, okay. You don't eat any kind of meat for it or anything, or just rice and beans simply? The beans actually have a good amount of protein, so that's cool. but it's a little bit weird for me that there is no protein or meat in it. And also I did something today, but I don't really remember what was it. Because it's currently will be 6 p.m. but I don't really remember what I was doing that consumed my time. I will try to think about it, what it was. So I'm planning to play some Fallout today, but as I said, I played a few bullet games today, and I get the feeling to play to just to reach 600 euro. Now he moved forward with his pawn, and now the knight is not secured by the pawn, secured by the queen and also the pawn. And that pawn is secured again with 2 or 3 pieces. So for now, maybe move this pawn to let out my bishop over here and try to work it up. Meet, price and base. Okay, now I understand. Oh, just okay. Now he moved out with his bishop. He can capture that pawn, but I can capture it with my pawn, so it's not really worth for him. Now I'm gonna go here, and after that I can move here if he doesn't secure it with his rook over there. He can also work up a castle, but he moved here. It's currently okay because I can move my queen over there, and blocking his possibility to do a castle. He can come here with his knight, but in all of the places I can capture it almost. He can go here where I cannot capture it, so for now I will just go here with my queen. Now I can capture his rook because it's defended by the bishop. Maybe I will try to work up this pawn to get it with my bishop. So yeah, today is Friday, and in the weekend maybe I will just do some things around the garden because it will no more heat wave in Hungary, so I can do some gardening work. But mostly I will just lawn or mow. I'm not sure at the moment how it's called when you get rid of the weed outside, but I will do that because it will not be so hot no more. Now if I move forward with my pawn, he can capture it with his knight. I can capture the knight with the pawn, but he can capture with his bishop, and he will give me a check in the end, and he can capture my rook, so I don't really want that to happen. So for now I will just move here with my bishop so I can secure that position against from the bishop and the knight, and he can also go here, but here I can capture with my knight, and after that I can capture with my king, so that's pretty okay to happen here. And also now I'm securing this line over here, so maybe I will try to work up my knight. I'm not really a big fan of gardening, but I'm not really against it if I just need to get rid of things, because it's kind of easy and it's a little bit satisfying if the weather is not really hot outside. But I planned some plans at the spring, but at spring I was still doing construction on my house, and I didn't really have time to take pretty big care of the plants that I was planting. So now I only have cherry tomatoes, Californian peppers, some watermelon, and some French beans. That's my only plants outside, and also had some trees here. That's a cherry tree, and some other kind of trees, but there is a big mess in my garden currently because it wasn't in an okay thing. So now if I move my queen over here, I can give him a check. He can move here into next turn, or he can move here with his rook. I'm not really planning to do that. Also I can come here, that is secured, or... And after that I can capture his rook with a bishop. Or I can go here to put some pressure over his black bishop and his knight, so I'm gonna do that. Perhaps I have only Basilicum on outside, but I don't really know to perhaps outside, but I want to get rid of two. Wait, I will need Google Translator what I want to get rid of. So now he moved back with his bishop. But now maybe I will move my pawn over here, so he will capture it with his pawn. I can capture his pawn with my pawn. I don't really see it. And after that, for now I will move here with my pawn. He can capture it with his pawn, or he can move back with his pawn. Bishop, I mean. And now I can move here with my bishop, and at least have more control of the board here. There are weed outside that need to get rid of. Lawn mowing. I will planning to mowing my property, because there are some of the weeds that doesn't need to be there. So yeah, and I'm planning to plant some herbs that's actually useful, but currently I don't really know what to plant. I'm consuming, when I'm working out, some ginseng, some zinc and every other kind of things, but I think maybe I can grow some ginseng and ginger outside that can be useful in a herb of term, I think. Now he moved back with his black bishop. Now he can capture that pawn by 3 pieces. That is a queen, a knight and a bishop. I can only capture one of them here, so that can be maybe problematic. But if I move here with my knight, I can capture 3 of them. Well, I mean 2 of them. But if I move here with my pawn, I can't really, because the bishop is putting some pressure over my king. So I'm gonna wait for it, but it will be. So yeah, I will need to learn moving tomorrow or at the weekend if the weather drop down a little bit, so it will be a little bit colder outside, so I can do my things outside. And of course there are 2 shorts where I'm doing the chicken coop, and that's really messy too. But now I'm thinking about to get rid of the broken wall that is shown in the short, because it will be maybe good for still a fence or something, but it's not so beautiful, so maybe I will get rid of the walls, but I'm gonna wait till I get my first paycheck to deal with it. So now currently the chicken coop project it's on a waiting. Now I can move here with my queen to give him a check. He can block it still with his rook. And to next round I can come here with my queen. Still not good. And now, for now I will just move here. I'm gonna wait for his move, it will be. Now we move back moved here with his queen that I was started calculating. I can move here with my queen. Now my queen is totally undefended. So maybe for now I will not move here because the knight is securing here. I hear the pawn is securing it. I can move here maybe. so I'm gonna do that also. If he comes here with his queen, that's a lucky situation because I can capture it with my bishop or here. Because he started really focusing on my queen. But he doesn't really do that because he most likely see it. I can go here, but he can capture now with his queen, so that's not pretty lucky. But I can go here to put a little bit of pressure over his queen. But now if he goes here, I can't capture with my bishop because the knight is blocking his way now. Do you like to do some gardening, Tosta, or not really? Because I'm planning to do some YouTube shorts next year when I'm planting more plants like potato and some of the blueberry trees and kind of things. Now he captured my knight with his knight. Now I can put my bishop over here, and I think it will be safe there for now. Maybe I will not move my bishop over here because the queen can capture there. And do you have some plants that you was planting from seed or anything and did grow up, or you just do the beauty of the gardening, like shape a bush or something? Because one time in 2020 I was a gardener, but only for 2 or 3 months, but not really a gardener, a park gardener. So I only needed to shape the trees and the bushes to be acceptable for the community. And it was an okay job, but it didn't really pay well, so. Now I can give him a check again if I move here, but he will most likely move back his queen again. So it's not pretty lucky. He puts some pressure over this square again. If I move here with my knight, he can capture it with his knight. I can capture with my pawn after that. But I can also do a castle, to be honest. And now my pawn can move forward and there is no more possibilities for a checkmate over there. And now he captured the pawn that was there. I can capture it with a knight, but he can capture it after his knight, and he can put my rook in a unpleasant moment. But I can also move my rook over there, and if he moves his bishop I can capture his queen, so now most likely he will move with his queen. Or he can give me another check with his bishop. And yeah, he won the game sadly. Yeah, it's totally cool. It's better to see the garden in a more humanly shaped, civilized way than it's like it's a, I don't know, like it's a lefted field or something. Currently my property more likely is to Google Translator might help. Untreated. So my garden is currently look more like it's untreated, and I'm planning to change that into next year, but I will need a little bit more money to deal with it because I only have a shovel like now that I can change to terraform into garden, and also we'll need to do more stuff around into garden to get rid of the junks and everything and the debris. So yeah, I will need to take care of the chicken coop, and also there are more side buildings that need to be destructed or something. because yeah, it needs to take care of, get treated. And now I'm playing against Mango Avocado. He's from Latvia. He's playing with the white pieces, I'm playing with the black pieces, and I will need 2 games to get back to 500 euros. So yeah, I have my plans. My opponent most likely is not here, so it will be a bond, I think. Okay. Now I'm playing as Wovon Dut. He's from Indonesia. He's at 483 points, and he's playing with the white pieces. I'm playing with the black pieces, and I'm at currently 486 points. Now I'm starting to build up my pawn streak over here again to move out with my queen, and I'm gonna do that for now. Now he's putting some pressure over his black bishops, because now if I move with my pawn, he can capture my queen. So that's not pretty lucky, but if I move here with my black bishop, I can do some action around, and now he can't even unblock the black bishop's way. So I will totally make a transaction for the black bishop. Okay, good to see you back. Now I started to work up some check situation, but he came out with his black bishop. His black bishop capture was going here because I put out my black bishop, and I captured now with my knight, and now I still can castle, so I'm gonna do that for now. I wanted to move out my knight over here, but now his bishop is securing the position, so that's not pretty cool, and there is no more point to remain my queen here. So for now I will just move that. I'm not gonna, because his bishop is securing the position, so for now I will just move a pawn over here. If he captures with his pawn, I can capture with my own pawn, and most likely will not capture this pawn because I can capture with my queen, and that's what happened. Now I can go through here with my queen because the pawn is blocking the way. So maybe if I move my pawn over here, he can capture with that pawn, and most likely not with this one. But I can also go here with my knight, and I can capture that pawn. If no, not really, because he can capture with his knight, so that's not a good idea. But if I go here no more longer, because he was going here with his pawn. But now if he captured that pawn with his pawn, that he did, I almost go for it with my queen, but after that he could have been captured with his knight, so that's not cool. But I can go. No, that pawn is still defending that pawn there, but I can. I will go here with my pawn, so I can move out with this pawn, and if he captures with his pawn, I can capture with that pawn. He captures with the knight, I can capture the knight with my knight, so that's cool. My favorite food is most likely kebab or something meaty like a hamburger or a steak. I'm a big fan of protein source. So yeah, I like to meat foods with a lot of. Now I'm gonna put my pawn over there, so it will be defended by 2 pieces. Now he's also started to put out his knight. Now I'm gonna go for here with my pawn, and also I'm putting some pressure on his knight with my rook, and it's true that I can lose because of a pawn, but at least the pressure is there. And what's your favorite food, Testa? Now he's came here with his queen, so now he's defending the square by 2 pieces. But I can still do it if I come here with my knight. And I can also go for here now, but no longer because his rook is there from now on. And now if I move here with my knight, he can capture with his pawn, but if I move here with one of the pieces, my cat is totally calmly walking through to the table like she can do everything. She thinks like that. Yeah, hamburger is a good thing. Now he can capture that pawn and also putting some pressure over my knight after that round. If I go here, I will block the way in here, and also he can capture it with his knight, so that's not a good idea. What to do? That thing is currently defended by 3 pieces, and I can only maintain 1, sadly. But if I go here with my pawn, you can capture with 3 pieces, except if I... For now I will move here with my white bishop to put some pressure over his white bishop. Most likely he will capture it, but in the next round I can capture with my rook and at least get rid of it. In the next round I can move here with my pawn, put some pressure over his knight, but he can save it with another knight, but I can capture that with my pawn too, so... Oh, and your cat get old or something happened? And how come did you not get a new cat? I had cat in my almost my whole life. When I was moving out for the first time and I got into my first apartment, I couldn't have a cat because they didn't tolerate it. But after that I got into my second apartment. There I could have have a cat, but I was really thinking about to leave the country. But in the end I didn't leave, but I didn't get a cat because to move out in a different country with a cat, it's a little bit more difficulty. So yeah, also I had some trouble with the internet connection. Hopefully now it's alright. Now I can go here, but I can capture with 2 pieces, so that's not pretty cool. And also my knight is in danger. And also my queen is in danger, but I can come here to save it. Oh, 23 it's pretty old. I'm 23 years old, and it's pretty good for a cat, especially because as I know, the cats most likely live up for 15 years. So being a 23 years old cat, it's pretty good age. Now he moved forward with his pawn, putting some pressure over my knight. I can't really move into a decent way. Or I can... If I move it here, he can capture it with his pawn or with his queen. That's not pretty cool. But I can move here. He can capture with his 2 pieces. Yeah, now I can go here with... I can't really go there with my queen because he can capture with his knight, but if I go here, he can also capture with his knight, so that's not pretty cool. So for now I will go... If I go here, he can capture with his knight, and if I capture with my queen, he can go for also rook transaction. But not really, because if I go here with my queen, he can move with his rook, so maybe I can also get his rook, so for now I will do that. So for now, his rook will be pinged, and I can go for his rook. Except if he goes here with his rook, so he will put some pressure over my queen, and I will not capture it with my queen because the knight is currently securing it. But if he does that, I can come here to giving him a check. He can block it with a rook or with a queen. If he block it with the queen, then he can also block with the knight, but it's maybe useful. I'm not pretty sure. I'm gonna see it if it's do any kind of difference. And yeah, now he came here, but now I can go here to give him a check. And if he goes here, okay. Now I can give him a check if I go here with my queen. But for now I will come here with my rook. He can capture with his queen, but into next hand I can also come here with my rook, putting some pressure over his queen. And as I said, my internet connection got a little bit laggy again, and I don't really appreciate it. Now he's putting some pressure on my rook again. But for now, I will just come here. So into the next hand, maybe I can come here, except that he can go here with his queen and capture my pawn over there. And if I come here with... I screwed it up a little bit again. Well, chess is not on my side today. I'm in my chess knowledge, chess games. But I'm gonna keep going to reach 600 elo. Maybe I can evolve one of my pawns into a queen, but if he doesn't move his queen, and if I move my pawn over here into next round, he can capture my pawn. That wasn't a really smart idea by me. Yeah, he gave me a checkmate, sadly. Now I'm playing against Amit Gupta, he's from India. So now I will try to work up again my pawn streak over there. And also I will need to move my knight over here to... If he blocks with the pawn my check, I can take it with my knight. It's currently 8:30 will be in 3 minutes. So it's kinda all. It's evening, late evening. It's good, totally cool. At the weekend, I only need to loan my guardian, but into Monday I will do some job with my father. So it's not a big job, but I will help him for 2 hours. But I will need to travel around totally for 3 hours. But that's the only thing at Tuesday. I'm going for a doctor appointment, and on Wednesday I will go for some construction work maybe. It's not sure yet. Now he did a castle, so I can no longer give him a check by moving my queen over here. And I can't move my knight over here because the pawn is securing it, but now I'm gonna go for it and capture it. And after that he will most likely capture that with his... not with his pawn, with his knight. He can go into two places where he can do some damage around. But none of them is critical except if he comes here, but I can capture with my pawn, so that's cool. For now I will come here with my bishop. But now it's around 1:30 for you guys in Brazil, no? Now he came out with his queen to give me a check. And I fucked it up because now he can capture my rook. Oi, oi, oi. And it's starting to get a little bit hot in my room. I don't really appreciate it, actually. So yeah. And do you have a plan for the weekend, what you will do? Yeah, I'm a big brain now. I know what time is in Brazil. Let's go. He just blundered his queen, and I appreciate it, actually. Thank you very much, Amit Gupta. Now maybe I will move here with my bishop, and I can secure that position, but for first I will need to get rid of the pawns over here. And I'm gonna do that by... For first I will move here with my pawn. So he can go here to put some pressure over my knight. So I will sacrifice my knight, and Rex, and he can capture with that pawn, and into upcoming round I can capture with my bishop over here. I don't know what his move will be into next round, but after that I can come back here and put some pressure over here. Yeah, for now I'm gonna go and try it to stop wasting my time. Okay, and now if I move here with my queen, maybe I can. I will need to get rid of the knight too, because he can capture here, so that's not pretty cool. Or I can come here with my pawn into next round. I can come here with my black bishop. He can capture my black bishop with his bishop, but I can capture the bishop with my rook. And after that, maybe I can manage up somewhere in these lines my queen to put some pressure over to rook. But now he's pushing with his rook, and if I come here, he can go here, giving me a check again, and it's not pretty cool. If I go here, I can only go to places where I can capture his knight. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for now. Oh, cool. You going with family? Or you go hunting for a woman or something? Now he's putting his bishop over here, so into next round if he moves with his knight, I will get a check. And I don't really appreciate it. So maybe if I move my queen over here, he can go here with his knight to give me a check with his bishop, but after that I can capture his knight, so that's cool. My queen will be safe. Except if he goes here, because after that he gave me a check and I can capture his knight with my king. So I will lose my queen if I do that. But if I go... Currently everywhere he goes, my queen will be safe here. So maybe I will go here with my bishop, so I can block the way if he is coming here, and also I can go somewhere else with my king for that time. And now he's putting some pressure over my bishop anyway, so I'm gonna go here. And I fucked it up because now he goes back with his knight and capture my bishop. But he came with his bishop here. I'm thinking how to solve my problem here. Maybe I will keep pushing this pawn to give to black bishop. It's a little bit of a risky time. He can go here now, and I can capture with my queen because he can capture with his bishop. But if I basically go here, he can go here with his bishop, but I can block with my pawn if that happens, so for now I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I'm not gonna capture that knight with my queen. Instead I'm gonna go here, put some pressure over his black bishop, and he will be forced to move in these lines. If he go in these ones, I still cannot capture the knight, but if he go in this one, I can capture his knight. But he is still securing the knight over there. But I can also go here with that pawn, and the white bishop cannot do anything over here. So if I go here into next round, the bishop cannot break through because my pawn is still defending that. And after that I can go for the knight over there. Now yeah, he can go there. But if I go here simply, he can capture one of my pawns, so that's not pretty cool. So yeah, I can go here. he can go into these places. If I go here, he can come here with his bishop, but I can capture, so that's cool. And also, if I get a move and nothing will be there, I can go here and it will be a checkmate because the bishop is securing, and that's gonna happen now. Let's go, first win of the stream in 71 minutes. Finally I get a win and also had some brilliant move if everything is alright. Sorry Amit Gupta, I'm gonna check out what kind of game did I had. Or if I can, I will accept.
You turned a tough game around with a decisive mid-game checkmate attack.
But he's already in a new game, so I'm gonna check out what kind of brilliant move I had. Let's go! I had a brilliant move.
Vantcruy's opening is not very popular because it doesn't battle for the center.
Yep.
A sensible choice. Their pawn. This Europe. They missed a better way. You kicked it. This forces an eventual checkmate. They found a way to win your pawn.
It's also forcing an eventual checkmate. I'm gonna check out how could he have been due to checkmate, because yeah. And that is defended by 2 knights, so I can capture with my king. Also can go into these places because the queen is securing. That's a checkmate in how much move? 4 moves, as I see it. So it's lucky that didn't happen. So I screwed it up.
You permitted the opponent to force eventual checkmate.
Yeah, because if I go here with my knight, I will remember that I can go here. Yeah. I don't really see how it would have been so if I move here with my knight, but okay.
This forces an eventual checkmate. They found a way to win your pawn material because the pawn is pinned. You are losing material this way.
Yeah, because I left my rook there hanging.
They took your knight for free.
And also the knight.
You can pick up a free queen.
Not really free because I can capture it with my king of Terdar. As I see it. Oh, it's me. Yeah, there was 2 times when I left the queen there. I remember.
You captured that free queen.
Or I captured it. I don't really know which universe I'm in then.
What a bold sacrifice of your knight. A brilliant tactical idea.
Yeah, and I think that was I did.
You've just allowed your bishop to be taken without a fight.
Yep, and that was it. So anyways, I'm gonna start a new game. So I will need 2 wins to get back to 500 euro. I hope that that didn't come this time when I'm trying to go back for 500 euro, but that happened. Anyways, so now I'm gonna try to do it again to maybe work up a checkmate here in sneakily, that I upgrade my pawn six slowly. For now I will move my knight over here to secure that position if he blocks it with his pawn, my check. But he blocks it with a knight. Now I was thinking that I sacrificed my knight for a rook, but the other knight is still defending that place, so that's not really a good deal. But I can move here with my pawn to make the bishop go away. Maybe he will take my pawn with his pawn. I can take with my own pawn. Now he can take with his knight, but I can take with my knight. He can take that after with his bishop, but after on I can take with my queen. So that's also cool. but he wasn't going for it. Maybe he's planning to go here to go for my rook over there, but that's not really gonna happen, because if he moves here, he can go for my queen. So if he goes here, but I can simply get rid of it by moving my bishop over here. And now, if I move my knight over here, he can go for my bishop. And I don't really want that to happen. Now I can put some pressure over his bishop. He taken one of my black bishops. He break through. Now he took one of my pawns, putting some pressure over my rook, but I can simply solve it by moving this knight over here. Or not really, because if I do that, he can go here with his queen, or not really, because the other knight is securing it, so that's totally cool to move here. So my rook will be saved from to death, because the other rook is securing now. He moved with his black bishop. Now maybe I will, if I move here with my knight, I can go here and here. It's still not the best, but I can also put some pressure over his queen. And if I do that, he can capture that pawn. Or not really, because I can capture with my knight. So if he comes here into next time, I can come here with my rook, and the next place where he can go, this will be. And yeah. Anyways, he came here with his knight. Not sure why he do that. Maybe I should have been take with my bishop, but he resigned luckily, so that was my second win game into 16th round. So I will need one more game to get back to 500 elo. I think I started at 503, and as I see it now, my cat was sleeping in behind, but she is gone. Where did she go? Here she is. So let's go, second win game. There it was. Now I can move forward with my other pawn. So I'm still building up my defense over here. For the next round I will move my knight over here. But I will need also to move his pawn over here. And that's happened, that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna win. I'm playing against Gagik 77777772. He's at 494, he's from Armenia. And now I can come out with my queen, giving him a check. If he comes here with the pawn, it's not gonna happen. He can come here with the pawn and block two thing, but I can come here with my pawn. And if he takes, I can take with my knight or with my queen. So if I take with my queen, he get to check, so he will most likely block with his bishop or with his queen. And I can't really go for it because I would lose my queen. But if he comes here with his bishop, I can come here and also go for his rook. But into next round he can come here with his knight. Maybe I will also let out my rook over here to put some pressure over this side of board. Now if I put my pawn over here, he can capture with his pawn, and if he does that, I can come here with my queen, giving him a check. He will be forced to move with his king or block it with something. But into next round I can capture his rook, so that's cool. Or not really, because he can capture my pawn with his knight. Now if I come here and into next round I can still move my bishop over here, and into the next upcoming round I can move my knight over here. I can give him a check, and he will most likely not take it with his queen because it's secured by the bishop. But also his bishop is securing that position, so this will be not enough. But he came out with his black bishop. Maybe he will go here with his knight, and after that he can go for my rook, but that's not gonna happen. And he castles, so now I will need a different tactics to get his king. If I can go here because the bishop is securing that position. Maybe I will come and build up my pawns over here to put some pressure over here. On mobile I'll only play chess, basically. When I was 17 or 16, maybe more likely I was 16 and 17, I played Last Day on Earth, and I was putting a little bit much of time in it. And when I was in elementary school I played some Clash Royale, but I do not longer play with them. In my first channel I was making some Last Day on Earth content and everything. But yeah, these were the online mobile games that I was playing. Of course, one time I bought Minecraft on phone, and now I'm gonna concentrate a little bit. If I come here, you can come here with his knight, so that's not cool. For now I will come here. Not really, because the other knight is still defending that too. For now I will just come here with that pawn. So yeah, there is Minecraft also on my mobile, but I didn't really get to it to play on my mobile. So yeah. His knight is still there, so that's not cool. Do you play any kind of mobile games? I don't know what's trending today. And I was dumbass because I could have been take his bishop with my queen. Or not really, because the knight is still defending it, so it was a good thing that I didn't see it. I was just putting some pressure over my knight. Hmm. Yeah, it's understandable. I think that's the most developed mobile game, but I'm not pretty known what kind of mobile games out these days. So, and did you beat Ender Dragon? Because I was playing since 2014. I played Minecraft in that time because I was 12 years old, and I played for a long time, but I only beaten up to Ender Dragon in 2021. I think 9 years later. Oh, not 9. 7 years later when I started to play. So. Now I can go for his bishop now, because the knight is no longer defending it. After I can put some pressure over his knight again, but now I'm gonna wait for his move, what it will be. It's up to it if I can play his... I can get his knight or not. But I cannot really get neither of them, because now he moved his bishop over here. But I can also get out my rook now. But you still have time to defeat it. I don't know when did you started to play, but I beaten up after 7 years, and now I see a queen for a rook, and of course I'm gonna take it. I almost was go here, but the pawn can capture it. Here to bishop can capture it, here to knight. Here to pawn. Here is the bishop is putting me on danger. Here to knight is securing it. If I go here, he can capture it with his bishop. And if he does that, I can capture with my rook, and if he captures with his pawn, I can go for the rook, but the other rook is there. And yeah, here is defended by the other knight. So if I go here, he can go here with the bishop. But if I sacrifice my rook, he can take with a pawn. That's a better move. But if he takes with his bishop, it's the same situation because the pawn is securing it, so that's not cool. But I can also go here with my bishop. He can capture with 2 pieces, so if I go here, he can capture with a pawn. I can capture his rook, but I will lose my queen again. I will lose a bishop. I will lose my queen. Or if he goes here with his bishop, I can get it with my knight. He can get it with his pawn. I will get his rook, but I will lose my queen. So I will lose a bishop, a knight, and a queen, and I will get a pawn, a bishop, and a rook in exchange. Well, anyways, that's the only way as it seems like, or I can go for a knight or for a bishop or a queen. Anyways, I'm gonna go and try to manage it. Okay, you didn't miss anything because I had some brainstorm right there because I get his queen, but he also put up on me a situation where I will lose my queen in every way. So I was calculating what kind of trade can I pull up to make it worth it, and it's kinda happened that I could have been make a deal that's worth it for me. But now I sacrifice my knight as I see it now, because he can capture with 2 pieces, so I'm not gonna go for it with my rook. But luckily I have one more rook, but it's no longer matter because he managed up to give me a checkmate because I didn't really see what's happening here. He gave me a checkmate. Now I'm gonna play till I get back to 500 euro, and I will go to play Fallout New Vegas because my brain it's not chessing, so yeah. I'm trying to perfect my tactics over here because in bullet game I had the chance to pull out some checkmates, but maybe I'm trying to work up something, and I was now he can break my defense over there. Now if I go here with my knight, he can capture with his pawn, I will capture the pawn with my queen, and he can block it with the bishop, and if he does that I can come here. He can go out with his knight, so I will be forced to come back. So it's not good either. So if I come here with my pawn, or that's not. So if I go here with my queen, knight, he can capture the knight with his pawn, and next round I can capture the pawn with my queen. He will get a check. He can come here with his bishop. Into next round I can come here with my queen. He will come here most likely with his bishop or with his queen. But after that I can go here. Okay, maybe that can work. So now I'm gonna wait how it turns out, but now he came here with his pawn, so my plan is a little bit less structured. Maybe if I can come out with my pawn, I can go. Now, if he captures that pawn with his pawn, I can go for his rook, so that's cool. If I go here, I can give him a check, but he can't capture with his queen. So I will need to get rid of this pawn. So for now, I will move here with that pawn to let out my bishop. But for bait, I will put out my other pawn, and if he takes with his pawn, I can capture with my bishop. I will secure this position, so I can go here with my knight and also giving him a check, putting some pressure over his bishop, and he will not capture with his queen, because he would lose it. Now he is coming out with his knight, so he can capture the pawn, and I was almost capturing that pawn, but his queen is defending now actually that pawn. So I can really go for it, and if he takes that pawn with his pawn, I can take the pawn back. Into next round he can capture that pawn with his knight, but I can capture the rook. So yeah, for now I think I'm cool here. For now I will put my pawn over here. Have you ever thought about streaming other things like IRL? I was thinking about it, but I'm not pretty sure what to stream yet. Because I was planning to do some crates out of scrap wood and things like this, but I will need to use a saw, and I didn't get to it to go outside and actually filming and start to stream IRL things. But I was thinking about it a little bit, but I'm not sure yet to do that. And also in YouTube, as I saw it, to stream for phone, I will need to have a amount of subscriber, but I'm not pretty sure how was it actually, how much was it, or anything like this. Now I get a check, and if I go here, he can't give me another one. So I will be cool. So for now I will just come here with my knight, king. So yeah, I'm actually just, oh, my internet is a little bit laggy as I see it, or it was. So I was thinking about to stream in IRL things, but I didn't get to it yet to actually do it. Now he took that pawn, that my knight that was there. Now I can take the pawn over here because nothing is defending it. Actually giving him a check, he can block with his bishop, and he did that. Now I can take the other pawn, giving him another check. I like cooking and kind of stuff, but I live in my own house right now. Right now I live in my own house, and currently I don't really have a place for a kitchen. I had a stove where I was trying to cooking, but it wasn't really powerful to even boil up a pot of water, so I couldn't make a decent meal on it. So I only could have been used to stove on it, but to store to heat recognizing sensor gets screwed most likely, and it was heating up way much than it should be, and it got on fire. So I was opening up the stove, and the flames was coming outside. So I was trying to put out the fire, and I was throwing out the whole thing because it was messy. So yep. Now I'm going for the rook. But yeah, I actually love the cooking, not especially after work, And now he can make a queen transaction over here. Except if I can make a check, but not really. Or I can save my queen to somewhere else. Anyways, I'm gonna go for the transaction over here. So I was actually made some quite good desserts and food in my last apartment, but now I don't have a decent kitchen yet. But in October I will get my first paycheck and I will try to buy some electric stove and other kind of cooking things. But currently I don't even have a shelf where I can put up my glasses and plates. So I'm mainly waiting for October to have some decent money again and start to work on that to have a decent kitchen and everything else again. Now he is putting his knight over here, that putting some pressure over that pawn. I can come out here with my pawn, put some pressure over to knight, but if he comes here, it's no longer have a meaning. But now he's going for my rook, and he will get it, sadly. But he screwed up. He could have been traded with his knight. I can still save in this place or in this place. If I go here, he can take with his knight and it will be a check again. But yeah, I used to make some Korean food, some Hungarian food and everything else, but I also wanted to have some plans to have my own made tomatoes and everything else. And I finally have a garden, but in this year I didn't have the chance to plant many plants, but next year it will be bigger and better. So I will make some videos about how I make my garden and everything, but it's pretty hot outside, so in this summer I didn't really plan to work on it because I don't even have the money for it to work in it. And also I will gather some money to make a better building than I am in currently, because there is the foundation in some places is not the best. So I will have projects to do. My opponent abound to game, and it's kind of good for me because I didn't really feel like I winning there, but at least it's one less game to play for now. So I will, if I win this game, I will get back to 500 elo, luckily. So after almost 2 hours, I will be back at the beginning of the stream. So now he's pushing with his bishop. So I'm playing against Kakao, he's from France. And I'm gonna wait for his move. Currently I don't really see any kind of dangerous move that he can do. For now I will put that pawn over here, the next one over here, so I can put some pressure over to bishop, but he can't also capture with 2 kind of pieces. So, and also it will be defended by the queen, so it will be cool. So yeah, I have many ideas what I can do, but actually what I'm doing it's way less. So I want to upgrade even my drawing skills and get back to game development and kind of things. But I was a little bit stressing about money and in these 2 months. So I will need to get through September and I will be good. But from September I will, of course, I will work. So it will take most of my times and also do some work around the house. But of course, I'm not gonna stop the YouTube thing because I actually it's feeling a little bit healthier to do these kind of things and actually documenting it because I was scrolling way much time in TikTok and YouTube kind of things. So it's a little bit better to make to content than consume it every time. Of course, I still scrolling YouTube and kind of things, but it's a little bit better now that I actually showing something about myself. So now I can push my pawn forward by a square, put some pressure over to knight, but after that he can move here and I can capture it because now currently he's defending that square by 3 pieces and I only defending it by 2. So for now I will push my bishop over there and I will also need to secure it with something. And I don't know what it will be. Now I can push out my knight. Most likely he will go for it with his knight, but in the next end I can go here with my pawn and put some pressure over his queen there. But no longer, because if I move my knight I will lose my queen. And that's not cool. But I can go here for now with my pawn. Into next round I can come here with my black bishop and put some pressure over his black bishop. So I will get rid of this black bishop. So yeah, so I want to get back to game development too, but I will need to get better on drawing first because I'm in a state currently where I need to reprogress my character making kind of thing, because I will need a new drawing for it. So if I put my black bishop here, I can put some pressure over his bishop to go away, and I will need it. Now he pushed back with his bishop, and I will I will move my pawn over here to defend my queen from the bishop. So into next end I can come here with my knight to make a transaction for his knight. I will take with that pawn after that. Before that maybe I will move my knight over here, so if the pawn is get moving I will put way much more pressure over his queen to move somewhere else. Okay, take your time. Also, if I move my pawn over here, he can't go here. He can be here. He can be here. He can be here. He can be in these places, so... I'm waiting for his move. He is moving it to maybe break through here in this pawn streak, but I don't really care now. And yeah, he was going for the knight transaction. Now I'm putting some pressure over his queen again. And also evolving my pawn defense over here. Also I can give him a check by my queen, or he does it first. Yeah. Okay, my cat is learning a little bit because the only frustrating thing she's doing at the table that she walks through to keyboard, and I don't really appreciate it. Now maybe I will work up my knight to go here and giving him a check again. But he's going for my rook. Now I'm gonna wait for his move. If he's coming here, I can capture with my knight, and of course he can go for it with his queen, but I can capture with my queen, so there are no point for him to do that. If I go here with my knight, he can capture with his pawn or with his queen. but he's taking more time, so maybe I will play through, because I don't really think so he will get a checkmate over here. But luckily he screwed up, because now I could have been take his queen by a pawn. He didn't calculate in the pawn. And now I can go for the checkmate, because now if I go here I can give him a check. He can take it with his rook or move with his king. But if he does that, I will take up a different position. And if that happens, I'm gonna stop the stream, because my cat, I think, wants demand her dinner. So now if I go here, I can give him a check. Can get his rook. And now he thought I will move my queen over there, but that was a rookie mistake. But because now I will move my rook over here, of course you can play a little bit more, but that's a checkmate. Or not, because now he can move here with his knight, but I will take it with my rook. And now a checkmate. And now I get back to the beginning of the stream, or maybe a little bit lower, because I started at 503. I will check it out. Or I can't really, because the OBS thing is still a little bit of hiding it. So like this, you guys actually can see my elo points, I think, or not really. A little bit lower, like this. And now it can be seen my elo points. I think, I'm not sure. I'm gonna check out on YouTube. So I get back to 501 elo. Today's stream wasn't really successful in terms of grinding on my elo, but it is what it is. Now I'm gonna take a short break because I will get my cat food and everything, and I will get back with Fallout. In these 2 hours I almost back at the beginning, so yeah, it was well spent. I'm gonna go now, so goodbye guys.